Okay, let me just get myself on my screen. I'm coming on a little early today. Just 5 minutes, but just a second. There I am. Okay, let me just get myself on my screen. Let me turn my sound down. There we go. Oh, good. We already have some people waiting. Yay! Hey, Yarny Cat, how are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, Loretta, how are you? I haven't talked to you for ages. I don't think, have we? I think we haven't. So good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Loretta says, hi, Angie. Can't wait. Can't stay. My husband just got home from the hospital. Oh, Loretta, I'm so sorry. But thank you so much for just popping in real quick. But I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope he gets better soon. Okay. And Yarny Cat says she hopes he gets well soon too. So, I'm sure people will be popping here shortly. I just came on because I'm about to get my hands really messy. I'm going to make... Hey, Amethyst Al, how are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Let me see here. Hey, Spring, welcome in. So glad to have you guys. Amethyst Al, hi from Simi Valley, California. Okay, can I say I'm jealous that you live in Simi Valley, California? I want to live in California so bad. It's my first time here. Love your junk journaling and paper crafts. Thank you so much. Spring, the fiber enthusiast, welcome in. She says, hi, sweetheart. I couldn't see your message on Etsy the other day. It's okay. Did we get everything? I've been conversing with a few people on Etsy. Did we wait, you're the one I'm supposed to spin with, right? I believe so. I'm talking to like 2 or 3 people, maybe 3 or 4 people on Etsy right now, back and forth. Sometimes I get confused. But Spring, you're the one we're going to get together and do a live and do some spinning, right? And what I want to ask you is, with the spinning, is I don't have, what's that one called? Something Yard. I don't have that. I just go through YouTube for my live. So do you have StreamYard? Do you have StreamYard so you can have more than one person? I have StreamYard, but I don't know how to use it yet. So I'm trying to learn that. Oh, Yarny Cat, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We'll celebrate you in just 1 second. Let me just see. Hey, Gwen, welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, Gwen, I remember you. Yes, I remember you. Of course I do. Welcome in. Thank you for coming. Oh, Yarny Cat said she can't wait for the spinning. Yes, I would send you the link to the StreamYard. Okay, perfect. Okay, so just I guess you said you just saw the message, so I will check my Etsy to see what you said, and so we can organize a time to get together. And I got my spinning wheel working. I move it a lot because it's in my way when I'm going to do my Zumba. So I guess like one of the bands fell off and replaced itself in some weird way. Anyway, I figured it out. So I got my spinning wheel working. So that's good. Hey, Natalie, 1808. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, you couldn't see my message? Hey, Patty, how are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. So, Spring, could you not, okay, my message was just, yeah, we were communicating through Etsy, through my contacts, and everything was, I was saying, yeah, everything's great. Do you have StreamYard? And just when do you want to do it? So, if you can't contact me through Etsy and you're having problems, just even below this video, just use this video right here and let me know when you want to get together and do the live. So we'll just do it like that. And Yarny Cat, I'm going to celebrate you in just a second. Thank you so much for your donation. I so appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's a pottery session today. We're going to make a yarn bowl. I made a mug the last time. About every 5 or 6 weeks, I try to do something else different just so I don't bore you guys. So I thought, you know what? We won't be bored with me making this. This is a yarn bowl. I've made 2 of them. this is the first one I made. It needs to be painted up and then fired. And I'm going to do like a raku type of firing. And I'm going to try to videotape that when I do the firing. It's been really hot here. And also then it's been rainy. So I haven't been able to, I fire outdoors in an open fire pit. So it just hasn't been the right weather for me to do it. This is my second yarn bowl. And for those who don't knit or crochet, a yarn bowl is just where you keep your, when you're knitting, you can put your ball of yarn here. And then this right here is so you can, your yarn piece can hang out here. And that's what it's for. So we're going to create another one of these today. That one turned out really big. Oh, Patty, I know. I hope are you healing well, Patty? Are you healing up pretty quickly? That has to be, that's just horrible. Yes, raku is pretty. No, it's not like the total real raku, but it's a form of raku. So I'm going to try to videotape it. So, okay, doing good, but it's a slow journey. I understand that. Patty said she'll be in and out. Oh, I understand. Amethyst Al says, I haven't done any spinning for several weeks. I was recovering from a dog bite. I miss spinning. Oh, gosh, Amethyst. Take care of yourself with that dog bite. Hey, Artsy girl. Welcome in, my moderator. Hugs to you too, sweetie. Amethyst says, you're quite the prolific crafter. I just like to make stuff. I just call myself a maker. I like to make things. Gwen says, oh, wow, Patty, prayers for quick recovery. Miss you. Okay. Yeah, Spring, perfect. You have StreamYard. So Spring, just make sure that below this video, you let me know, we'll communicate through this video. And just leave a message below this video and we can decide on a time that works for both of us. Okay, I think I've gotten caught up with the chat. Oh, good. Amethyst said it's healing just very slowly, but I can spin now. I like to make things too. Awesome. Hey, grungy girl. Welcome in. Welcome in. I commented on your Facebook today. That is gorgeous what you're working on. Love you too, artsy girl. Hey, Adrian. Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay, I'm just looking to make sure. Natalie, 1808, I welcomed you in, right? If I didn't, girl, welcome. So happy to have you. And now we need to celebrate Yarny Cat because she just donated to the channel. So let me get out my stuff. Oh, here we go. And here's the bubbles. So this is for Yarny Cat. Thank you, girl. Thank you so much. I can't wait till I do StreamYard because then you guys will be able to see me, like my little face in the corner. And then you guys can see me looking crazy with glasses on and these streamers. So I'll try to get that StreamYard down. Okay, we'll blow some bubbles. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yay! I love blowing these bubbles. That's for you, Yarny Cat. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, I did say welcome in. Okay, very good. Snowbird's here. Welcome in. Welcome in. So good to have you here. Okay, you guys are like, what is she doing today? I got these everywhere. So if anybody wants to get these, I get these at Dollar Tree. My little celebrators. Okay, what we're doing is I'm going to be playing with clay today. About every 5 to 6 weeks, I try to like just switch it up a little bit so you guys don't get too bored what I'm doing. So I make these yarn bowls, and these hold balls of yarn so that when you're knitting or crocheting, your ball isn't going everywhere. It stays nicely in the bowl. You can put your little yarn string right there. So that's one I made. And then I made a second one just recently. It's a bigger one. And we're going to make this today. So you're going to get to see how I prepare the clay and everything, because I didn't prepare the clay ahead of time. I was going to, but I just ran out of time. Hey, Melissa, welcome in. Welcome in. And Snowbird, I welcomed you in, right? If not, welcome in, girl. Good to see you. Okay, so this clay, I get it from Hobby Lobby for like 20 bucks. I used to be able to use a coupon, but not anymore. So I paid 20 bucks, but it's still a good deal. Oh, Adrian, thank you so much. We'll celebrate you here in just a second. Thank you. Thank you. I so appreciate it. So that's where I get the clay from, but the clay has to be prepared. So, the clay has to be prepared. So you have to put a little sand in here, like play sand, whatever. And the sand makes it so that when you fire it, less chance of breakage. So that's why you're going to prepare it with some sand. Also, you throw a little water because it gets a little drier. So I have to do that to this clay. So you guys are going to see me prepare the clay and then start working. And I learned all this from Andy Ward here on YouTube. And he teaches you how to make pottery the ancient way is what he calls it. It's how the natives did it. And it's a coil and scrape method. It's really cool. I can make pots. I can make pots that are 10 inches tall if I wanted to. It's really cool. Okay, let's celebrate Adrian for donating. Thanks, Adrian. And let me get my bubbles. I'm also just leave my bubbles down. I have to keep getting up. Here we go. You guys, blowing bubbles is a stress reliever. I would recommend everyone to buy some bubbles at Dollar Tree. So like when you have when you're stressed and you just need to relax, blowing bubbles, going back to your childhood. I've done it a lot of times. It relieves a lot of stress off of you. It's not going to solve a problem, but it relieves stress. It makes you happy. Gives you it starts helping you produce those happy endorphins. I think any of those childlike things like that really produce some nice happy endorphins. There we go. Thank you so much, Adrian. I totally appreciate it. Okay, did anybody else come in? Hey, Diane, welcome in, welcome in. So good to have you. Okay, I'm just looking to make sure that... Okay, so I'm going to prepare the clay. Okay, so I just patted this out. It comes on in a big chunk like this, and I take like a wire and I cut off these pieces so we can prepare it. So this is some sand in this cup. See the sand? So we're just going to put a little bit of sand on here. Do you have to be perfect about it? Nope. It's me doing it, you guys. I'm never about measuring. That's why I'm a better cook than I am a baker. That's for sure. Okay, so you just take this, fold it together, and then you just want that sand to kind of get throughout the clay. That's what it's called. It adds some it's adding temper to the clay by adding sand. And then that allows for when the open fire pit that I put this pot in, it makes it so that the temper makes it so that it doesn't crack. For the most part. I mean, you can still get cracks in when you're doing the firing in the open fire pit, but it helps that from it cracking. So that's it. This is all you have to do. Okay. This is so good for your hands too. All right, I got a plastic bag here. Let me get that opened up. Let me do a couple more of these and then I'll check chat. I was so happy when I found Andy Ward's channel Because I'm like, how did the natives do it? You know, they made pottery. They didn't have a pottery wheel. They didn't have a kiln. Well, they used an open fire pit. And they used, a lot of them used the coil method. They also, there's another method called the paddle method, which I would love to learn. But he doesn't teach the paddle method. He only teaches the coil method. Coil and scrape. And it's great. I've always wanted to learn how to do pottery. So when he said, you can start doing pottery today for pennies, I was like, what? He had me at that. So then I started watching his channel, learning. And then he said, though, if you really want the step-by-step directions, which you do really kind of need more directions than he gives you a lot, but I mean, he also teaches and he charges like $25 a month to join his club. And so I belong to his club for $20 or $25 a month. And he has all these lessons. You guys, I mean, you would have to pay thousands of dollars normally for the lessons he has. It's crazy. I'll put a link to him below. And also on Wednesdays, he has like a live where there's like probably about 15 people gather every Wednesday to talk about pottery and learn different things. So, and sometimes I go onto the live too, because I belong to that club. So it's pretty cool. So that's where I learned how to do all this. And I just started doing this a couple months ago. But I've always had this desire to learn to do pottery. And then when I found out that I am Nigerian, like Ancestry.com, I think that's what my husband, he bought our thing to learn about what, you know, what we are. And mostly I am is Nigerian. So I looked at my culture, and Nigerian people, even today, pottery and textiles. And I think that's crazy because I love to spin yarn and I love to knit. And then I've always had this passion to learn how to do pottery. And so it's like totally in my genes. So I'm like, I was always wondering, like, where do these things come from that I want to learn to do? And so it's pretty cool. Okay. And the pottery is in Nigeria, the pottery is one of the main things that they do for tourists. So they make a lot of money, a lot of their money from their pottery. And they sell it to the tourists. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I mean, even in today's world, they still do that. Okay, let me just go ahead and get this one smooth, kind of kneaded out. And then I will check the chat. So right now I'm just preparing the clay. And for people who are new to the channel, I normally do some type of mixed media, usually some type of collaging work. But about every 4 to 6 weeks, I pop in and do something a little different so I don't bore everyone. And that's what we're doing. I might have added a little bit too much water to this one, but it's fine. Okay. All right. Sorry for the slamming. All right. All right, let me take a break here and let me check chat out. Artsy Girl says, happy full moon wishes and joy to all of you, gorgeous community. Oh, that's so sweet, Artsy Girl. Oh, I'm glad you said that because I need to put my stones out there so they can get charged. Melissa says, I'm painting my bedroom and listening today. Oh, cool. How exciting. Adrian asked what kind of sand this is. This is actually some play sand that I got. Wait, for some reason my thing says rotate my device, but I'm fine. I don't know why it's saying that. Anyway, who cares? Wait, somebody asked me, oh, what kind of sand? This is just some sand that I got from Home Depot. Some play sand. And it's not even the finest sand either, is it? Let me look at it. No, it's just like play sand. And you can use any type of sand. You can also use other things too. I forgot what he told me else you can use. But sand was the easiest thing that I could use. So, Yarny Cat says she has a teeny bit of Cherokee and Irish. That's cool. Hey, Donia, welcome in, welcome in. Donia, I just commented on your post and in the Facebook group. Your work is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. I'm sure your granddaughters loved those blankets. Beautiful work. Oh, Yarny Cat, you're so sweet. She says, I love this channel. I went to Cherokee, North Carolina, and saw them doing pots and crafts, and really interesting. Isn't it cool? I love it. Natalie said, this brings me back to high school days, long, long time ago. Oh, cool. You know what? I love me some Rachel Ray, Yarny Cat. She says, Rachel Ray doesn't measure either. I know, I love her. Yarny Cat says she loves the bubbles. Gwen says she loves blowing bubbles too. Oh, Adrian, I love you too. You're so sweet. Thank you, thank you. Okay, let me just make sure that I got down to all the... Okay, so let me continue on with this. You guys, is everybody seeing me just fine? Everything's clear. You can see me. You can hear me. Just let me know real quick. Because my phone is saying that I need to rotate my device. But why? I'm looking at myself on my iPad. And it looks good. So I don't know what its problem is. Okay. Adrian said yes. Okay, good. I can create some stuff, but like this technology stuff, woo, this technology stuff gives me a challenge. I can tell you that. Look, I've been saying how long I have StreamYard and I haven't even learned to use it yet. But I'm going to. Okay. Maybe if I could stay at a Hobby Lobby and stop shopping for yarn. Hobby Lobby just had a yarn clearance again, or it's going on right now, where it's their dye lot clearance. So it's not as good as the one we just did in June, but it's still good. And I was just watching this girl, and I bought a lot of yarn for 60 bucks. A lot. I couldn't believe it. Almost everything I bought was only like $1.25 and 99 cents. It was fabulous. And I was just watching this video, someone's video. I can't remember who I was watching, but anyway, she got some beautiful things some beautiful yarns that mine did not clearance out. I was like, oh, I go, girl, you're gonna make me go to another Hobby Lobby. I do not need to go shopping for any more yarn. But the yarn that I got though, I am going to be giving that away, most of it away. So for my giveaways, if you guys crochet or knit, or you love yarn, or you love to do spinning, or you just want to have some fun, I have Angie's yarn party on when? Friday mornings, 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. And come join. It's fun. We have a lot of fun in there. A lot of fun. And I do a giveaway in there, so somebody always wins some yarn. So okay. So we're just, hopefully I'm not boring you guys. But I thought, you know what? I was kind of like bummed out that I didn't prepare my clay before this, but then I thought, you know what? Let them see how to prepare the clay, because this is like an important part. The other thing that makes it so that your pot doesn't crack in the fire, especially an open pit fire like I do, and that's how the natives did it, in an open fire pit. You right before you're gonna fire, you put your pottery in like an oven going from like 200 degrees to 500 degrees for an hour, and it removes any excess moisture out of it. And that's also, that helps with your pots not cracking. Whatever you're making, pots, mugs, whatever. All right, so let me get this last one done, and then I'll read some chat here. But let me get this last one done. I just love the way this feels. Like, I'm the type of person who loves like popping like but you know, the packaging with all the bubbles, with all the, what is that called? My God, my brain sometimes. whatever, the packing material that's like the bubbles. I love popping that. So I like to squeeze things like that. So this to me is like so fun. Just kneading this this clay. I'm crazy. But I'm glad I'm showing this though, because then, you know, anybody who's been interested in pottery, who hasn't done this before, or people that have done it before, you just kind of get to see another, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if it's the same techniques you learned or what, but you get to see another way of doing it if you've done it before. And if you've never seen it, it's kind of cool to see. So, and then, you know, some people here might be interested, then you can check out Andy Ward's channel and become a little potter. I have so much stuff to fire. Oh my gosh, I got to get to firing. I got to fire some pieces. I'm going to paint, like my mugs that I made. I'm going to paint those. And when you're doing it this way, you paint with minerals, crushed up, it's when rocks are taken up and crushed into a fine powder. I bought those from Etsy, and then you mix them with a little bit of like clay, wet or powdered clay. Like you can even just take a little piece of this, put it down into it, and then add some water. And the clay acts as the so that it'll stick to the pottery. And then the minerals are, you can buy different minerals for the color. So I bought red, I bought black, I bought, what else did I buy? I bought some other colors. I think I bought something that's turquoisey. I bought a bunch of different shades off of Etsy, and really affordable, like $2 or $3. So it was really, the whole thing has been really affordable. The main thing is learning a skill. That's the main thing, is you're learning a skill. And where can you get pottery lessons for $25 a month? And I can cancel whenever. That's just crazy. I've almost gone through all the classes that he has. It's like it's a total like little pottery university. I've almost gone through all the classes, and you get like a certificate and everything. It's really cool. So I'm almost done with that. And then it's just a matter of whatever you want to learn to make. Like I do think I want to learn how to make a teapot. Not think, I do. So next week I'm going to learn how to make a teapot. It's really cool. Okay, so let me just explain something, and then I'll check chat. What you need if you're going to make like a pot or any type of pot or cantinas, a vase, anything like that, you need to start out with a pookie. Now, the natives made their pookies out of clay and fired them, and then just used them for pookies. So what a pookie is a shallow bowl, so that you can get this shape. See? So I got this shallow bowl at Hobby Lobby when they were 50% off. So I picked it up for $2.50. So it was a good deal. Now I have just put some clay in here, smooth it all out, cut it around, let it dry, took it out of here, and so that I can make myself a pookie like the natives used out of clay. But for right now, until I get that fired up, I'm going to use this bowl. And I have several bowls that are very shallow of different sizes to make different bowls, to make different pitchers or whatever I want to make. Now, if you were to use one that's made of clay, a pookie like this made of clay, you would not have to do what I'm going to do because it won't stick. But since this is like, you know, smooth, it'll stick. So this is just a sheet, and I'm going to put that down in here. And yes, it leaves lines in your clay, but I have all these tools that you scrape and you can get all that off like the next day. So anyway, let's start. Okay, let me move this aside really quickly for that, because I gotta start making some snakes. But before I do that, let me just get this rolled out a little bit. I'm gonna read chat real quick. And my board right here is a, this is a door, like a kitchen cabinet door. I sanded it a little bit, so it took off like that shine. I got it for free at a garage sale a long time ago. Did a lot of stuff with these kitchen doors, but I needed like a wood surface, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have that. I was like, oh yeah, I have that. Those kitchen doors. I can make like a little cutting board, little wooden cutting board out of the kitchen doors that I got for free at that garage sale. Love me a garage sale. All right. And I want to show you something. When you're rolling these out, I learned this actually not from Andy Ward. I learned this from another guy when I was watching him. He's native, and he does this for a living. He makes these really huge, like 10 or 12 inch pots. They're fabulous. To get a more even coil, you go like this and go back with your fingers, like this, and go back with your fingers, and you really can get a more even coil, and it works so good. See how nice and even that is? Okay, let me go ahead and check the chat real quick. Hey Carrie, how are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Hey Rose, welcome in. So glad to have you guys. Adrian said she needs to go shopping with me. I get the bargains. Girl, my middle name is called Clarence. Artsy Girl says, I use my shallow bowl to hold my water glass to prevent condensation on my table. I can keep it out because it's pretty. Cool. Yarny Cat says, I want to make a yarn bowl. I would get so much use out of it. Oh, girl, I do have a yarn bowl that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby a few years ago. But I can't wait to fire these ones so that I can use my ones that I've made. Thank you, Yarny Cat. Bubble wrap. That's the name. That's the word I was trying to think of. Donia says, thank you, Angie. I did not load all of it yet. A little at a time. Okay, very good. Can't wait to see the rest of the stuff. You do beautiful work. Yarny Cat says, I'm glad you are showing us because the next chance I get, I'm going to get some clay. Awesome. Oh, Yarny Cat's so sweet. She says Fridays are fun. Thank you. And Amethyst said, yes, yes, yes. I knit, crochet, spin, junk journal, and my art studio packed. Exactly. I just like to make stuff. Yarny Cat says, I'm dying to go to Hobby Lobby, but my husband looks at my yarn stash and says no. I need my husband to look at me and say, no. I really do. Yarny Cat says she has her son for tech. I have my husband. He thinks he has that kind of mindset. So it's like, thank goodness I can go to him. Okay, everyone's saying that they can see me just fine. Okay, good. Okay. I'm just trying to think for a second. Oh, you know what? I don't need, well, you know what? That's fine. I don't need my coils yet. Actually, I do my coils next. Because I first have to get myself to the point where I can use the coils. So, but it's fine. Because I need these coils anyways. But let's put the coils up here. Out of the way. And let's put this out of the way for a second. First, I need to do this. Just make a flat pancake first. Because we got to get ourselves built up to the top of this bowl, and then we're going to start the coils. And that's what I like about making your own handmade pookies. Like even this pookie is up too high. Okay, really be better if the pookie was only like to here, like this, just to get that roundness going. So that's why it would really be better. But like I said, I'm gonna be firing a pookie soon. Hopefully next weekend I can do it. It's starting to cool down here, cool down in the mornings here now. At least it's only like 70 or 80 in the mornings, not like starting out right at 100. You guys, excuse me for this pounding, okay? but there's going to be some pounding here for a second. And you always want to do your clay about 1/4 inch thick. It could even be a little thicker than 1/4 inch, but you actually want to be on the thicker side than the thinner side, because you'll have a more sturdier piece. So always be on the thicker side than the thinner side. That's how he's been teaching. You almost can't be too thick, but you can just be too thin, and your piece won't be as sturdy. Also, a lot of times people say that your piece is not water safe or food safe if you fired it in an open pit, and he teaches you that that is not true. For one, the natives did it, right? The natives did it, and did they die? No. So what he teaches you to do to make it so that it's waterproof, it's food safe because it's clay. We're not dealing with any chemicals. But number two, he makes it so that it's food safe. So if you have a mug and you want to drink out of it, or if you make a pot and you want to cook out of it, you take lard. And this is after you fire your piece, after you paint and fire your piece or do your raku. If you do raku, that's a lot of different chemicals and minerals involved mixed together. Your raku pieces you don't want to eat off of because you're using some chemicals with that. But if you're using the mineral paints, like my mugs and any of my plates or mugs that I'm making, things I'm going to eat or drink out of, you take some lard and you put it in the inside. Let's say it's a mug. You put lard on the inside of the mug. Then you put it in the oven, and I think you go up to 500, but kind of slowly. Go from 2, 3, 4 to 500. I have to double check on that, but I think you go up to 500. And it's almost like seasoning when you have a cast iron skillet, how you have to season it once in a while by putting the lard in it and then putting it in a hot oven like at 500 degrees. It's kind of that same thing. So anyway, when you do that, it seals it. So he did that on camera and in a mug, and he had built this mug and then hand painted it with the mineral paint it was for a gift. So he took the God, my brain sometimes, I swear I have a 53-year-old brain. Lard. He took the lard, he put that all in the mug, put in the oven 2 to 500, kind of slowly built it up to 500, and then let that cool. And then after a couple hours, it all cooled and everything. And then he washed it out with some soap. And then he put some hot water in there and made some, oh, did he put coffee or hot? I can't remember. I think he just did hot water just because he wanted to see. So then he just left it there for an hour or so. And no, there was no condensation, no leaking, nothing. It totally seals it. So, and it makes it food safe. So, and you're dealing with something that's natural. Clay is not, there's no chemicals in it. So there we go. So, because, you know, you're going to hear people say, oh, that's not food safe unless you put it in a kiln. It's not true. Okay. All right. So now I got my coil, right? So I'm going to put this coil here. And I'm going to take my thumb and I'm just going like this. So we can try to build, we need to build this up beyond the rim. And then I won't be able to show you this today because I won't be able to mess with it. But there can be a little overhang, like once we get above here, and your clay can overhang a little bit, so it leaves like a little rim. What I do to get rid of that rim, not today, but tomorrow when we're like leather hard, I like to take this cheese grater from Dollar Tree, and I didn't learn this from Andy. He uses something else. He uses a gourd to do it. But I watch another guy who does this type of pottery, and he uses this cheese grater, and you can just cheese grate off really quickly the clay that you don't want and just smooth some areas. It's fabulous. This tool is fabulous. And I got it from Dollar Tree. Okay. Did I get all that? Yeah. So I'm just taking my thumb and just smashing that into the rest of the clay. So we're binding this together. And I'm going to have to take it out of the Pookie a little bit and do that to the outside too. And this is why I had to take off my nails. Remember, you guys who've been here for a while, I had my nails. I loved having my nails on, but I was trying to do this pottery with nails. No. I was putting all kinds of divots in my clay. It was a disaster. I'm like, okay. It's either going to be pottery or it's going to be these nails. So I chose the pottery. Okay, so I'm going to take this one and just roll this one out a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to do my rolling like this. So spread your fingers out and then bring them back in. Spread out, bring them back in. Spread them out, bring them back in. And wherever you see that you still need to make your coil even, do that to it. I was so happy when I learned that. And I didn't learn that from Andy Ward. I learned that from somebody else. I can't remember. So let me get this on here and then I'll check the chat out. Bring back this. And like I said, you put your sheet in here or whatever type of cloth. A sheeted works really good. So that your clay doesn't stick to the bowl. If you have a Pookie that's made out of clay, you're perfect. It won't stick to the bowl. But I don't have a Pookie yet made out of clay, but I will. In my next fire, I will. Okay. So let's attach this. Taking my thumb and then just bringing it down like this to attach this. And I'll be bringing some tools in to smooth, and they're such basic tools. It's cool. I was asking my husband this morning, I go, I don't know what I should do today. I go, should I work on my collage mixed media type of stuff? Or I go, it's been a while. I haven't done something like totally different. And I said, I could make a yarn bowl. I need to make another one. And he goes, make a yarn bowl. I'm like, okay. I'll make a yarn bowl. Okay, so we're going to mostly work in this Pookie, but we're going to take this out and go around. And you're not going to be able to see this. You'll see this better. And what I'm doing that same thing with my thumb and going down in each section where we added the clay, just like I did here, went like this. I'm doing that to the outside. And then I'm just kind of leaving it in the Pookie. And you're going to get a better idea of what I'm doing when we get past the rim, because it's the same thing over and over and over. So if you can't see completely what I'm doing, don't fret. You will. I just need to get myself beyond the rim. And I'm really looking forward to firing the Pookies that I made so that I don't have to do this to build up so much. I won't have to do this at all because it'll be lower. You know what I'm saying? It won't be, the sides won't be so high. I won't have to build up. I can just start. I can start putting coils on. But that's not where we're at yet. So wherever I see that seal, I'm just taking my thumb and going down like that, okay? Just to get these, to get it sealed and get that seal smooth. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. good. Just double checking myself and just kind of smoothing myself out. Okay. And I will check chat here in just a second. And you guys, if you have anything that you want me to see specifically or any questions you have, make sure you put them in caps. And then that way I can get to your question or your comment quickly. Okay, so we got everything all smooth and there's no seams anymore. We're seamless now, okay? So now we're up to this part of the bowl, but we need to work this up a little bit. So, and important thing to learn that he taught me, or he teaches in his class, is you need to pinch this up. But when you pinch, you need to pinch and go in, pinch and go in, pinch and go in. If you don't pinch and go in like this, you're going to start building a flower pot. If you want to build a flower pot, that's fine. But if you want to build yourself anything else besides a flower pot, you need to pinch and bring in, pinch and bring in. And then that will make it so that you form the bowl shape and not a flower pot shape. I remember I didn't have this part quite down, this pinching technique, and I started building flower pots. Oh, that was before I joined his club and started learning, you know, all his lessons. And I was like, and I thought, okay, that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm not doing the pinching technique quite right. Well, what he does with his club is he brings the camera down so that you can really see and really start getting the technique down. And then he goes a lot slower, and it's awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the wall of this a little bit more and bring this up higher. It's still that same pinching and bringing it up technique, okay? And you just kind of feel to get your walls about the same, to get your walls the same thickness. So it's just it's a matter of feeling it and doing it. Time at your just doing your time with the pottery, you start getting that touch, you start getting that feel of what you're doing. It's really about touch and learning techniques. But okay, so now I just did that, right? All right, awesome. So let me get a tool that I want to use. What do I want to use? Do I use one? Now this right here is a milk jug. He uses gourds. Like I have a gourd too. So these are what I use for scraping. I use this sometimes. You just cut like a kidney bean shape out of a milk carton. And this is a gourd. And you want to use, these are both scrapers. And this side right here is perfect on a gourd. So you kind of get a gourd and then you crack it open and then kind of smooth it with like a black nail file like you use for acrylic nails. Also good for scraping are popsicle sticks. I get these at Dollar Tree. They're like the tongue suppressors. This right here came, I think, in a kit or something. This is another good scraper. And then I got this at Dollar Tree, and this is a good scraper. This is that you put frosting on with. This is a good scraper too. So I'm going to use, and you dip them in water, and you always want to use water that is either distilled or at least bottled water, so it doesn't interfere with your clay. So if there was still a seal here, like any type of a line where I need to get rid of, this is the time to do it. So you take this and get rid of any little any lines that you see where things still need to be sealed together. Smoothing out your coils, that's what I'm saying. And also just smoothing out your work. I get all my scrapers out. I'm going to use my gourd now because you never know. Sometimes, I don't know, depending on where you're at in your work, some of them work better than others for what you're doing at the time. Is this what I want or do I want this one? This is another gourd scraper I have. Let me just see. Let me see what I'm doing. Maybe I want this one. Yep, this is the one I want. So how do you know which scraper to use? I don't know. Just start working and you'll figure it out like I did just now. So this is the scraping part. And you're just smoothing out any of those coils, making sure that everything is smooth and that all your coils are smooth. Okay. All right, I'm going to take my hands with some water and just use my fingers too, just to give a little extra smoothing in here. And I'll check chat here in just a second, guys. I'll be a little bit slower today with the chat because, well, you guys see what I'm doing. I'm excited to fire. I haven't done that. I've only fired once so far, and it turned out good. I think I only had one piece break, so pretty exciting. So that's why you want to make like a bunch of pieces, because you build the fire, and he teaches you in the class and in his YouTube channel how to build the fire pit. He teaches you that you don't even, you can build a fire pit safely. You put sand on the ground and you stack the wood, how he tells you how to stack your wood or tree branches, and you can do it right on your driveway and not burn your house down. He shows it because he does it in his driveway. He puts sand down and then he shows you how to do the whole thing. It's really easy. Okay, so look how nice and smooth we are. Does that look good? Okay, but next thing we need to do, now we're up above the rim so that we can start adding coils. But before we do that, we need to cut this so that it's more uniform. So you dip on just like a nice little steak knife into water, find your lowest point, and then just trim up from there. You don't want to trim lower than the rim of the bowl because we just got ourselves above the rim, right? So don't do that. But we're just doing this so that we're even going around. Basically even. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. And then right here could be built up a little bit more. So I'm just going to add some more clay right here. We got a little thin. And also we didn't get up as high for some reason. But no major. We'll just add a little clay there. Smooth that out. It feels so good to have done quite a few pieces now that I'm more comfortable with this. Because if that would have happened before, I'd have been like a little stressed. Like, girl, it's only clay. It's not a life or death situation. It's only clay. Now I'm going to smooth that in the middle and the inside a little bit. Okay, now we built ourselves up there. All right, back to trimming. I like to leave like some of this clay like this and get it kind of wet and leave it over on the side. So if I need to add to different areas as I'm going along, I can, and I'll show you that as we go. So we're trimmed up a little more than I wanted right there. All right. All right, so now we're pretty even. Let me bring this up. And even like your little, okay, I'm going to keep this and wet this because I'm going to be able to use this to fill in areas, like little areas that need to be filled in. But pieces like that, you can throw them right back in your bag and use those. All right, so see where we're at right now? Let me just smooth this a little bit more. Sorry guys, I just want to smooth. I just seen some little areas where I just want to get a little bit more smoothness going. Okay. That looks good. That looks good enough. There we go. Okay. And that's what the sides look like. See, let me show you. If I can get a hold of this, we're above the rim, just that little bit. See, that's where we're going to attach the coils. That's what we've been building up to so we can start the coil process. All right, let me put this aside because we're going to have to, we'll use this coil, but then we also have to, I need to redo this coil. All right, so before I start with the coils again, let me check chat because I haven't checked chat for a while. And I'm sure I'm super behind. Okay, let me see what people are saying. Donia, thank you so much. I totally appreciate it. I will celebrate you in just a second. Thank you so much. I totally appreciate it. Natalie says, wow, that's awesome. If you're talking to me, thank you. I don't know, you guys might be in the chat talking, so I don't know. Thank you, Artsy Girl, for reminding everyone to subscribe and to do a thumbs up. Yeah, can everyone hit the thumbs up button, please? There's just 2 thumbs up, and we have 20 people. So everybody get the thumbs up. That would be awesome. Thank you. I agree, Donia. Donia says there are so many angry people in the world. Crafting would help them diffuse. So true. Yes, crafting makes my soul happy. That's what Natalie said. Yarny Cat says the fire part. Natalie says, so what leftover clay you store in a plastic bag, right? Yeah, I'll show you. I have a bag that's in front of me. I get these bags from Dollar Tree, and I store all kinds of stuff in them. They're 12 by 12 bags. You get 3 of them. I love them. So I store my clay in this that I have prepared. And then the clay comes in plastic and in a box. And that's over in the corner of my room. So, and then this seals up really nice. Okay. Donia says, okay, wait, let me make sure. Donia says, it's amazing what you can do with a block of clay, isn't it? It is amazing. When you learn some skills, you can like do some stuff and you can really control the clay instead of the clay controlling you. That's what I loved when I was learning it from Andy Ward. Yarny Cat, you're so sweet. She makes it look so easy. Well, I do now, but it wasn't easy to begin with. I've been doing this for, this might be my 3rd month now. So when I've made a lot of pieces and he just breaks it down so good, this Andy Ward guy, he breaks it down so good, easy. And makes it he makes it easier because of how he breaks it down and teaches. Thank you, Natalie. Yes, Yarny Cat, it is soothing to work with clay. It's relaxing. I love it. Yarny Cat says, I like to knead bread, so I'm sure I would like to head work with clay. The native Cherokees use smoothing stones. Oh yeah, exactly. They did use smoothing stones. They use smoothing stones, and look what I have, you guys. A smoothing stone. This is for smoothing, and you can do this for polishing. So when your clay is leather hard, you can wet this like tomorrow. When I wake up in the morning, I'll go through and I might use my cheese grater to take anything off that I don't want. And then I'll dip this in water, my stone, and smooth, and I'll smooth and kind of buff the clay. Then we wait again till wait for it to get nice and hard after a few days, and then I'll polish my pot again with this stone, and then it's ready for mineral paint or for that raku type of process I was talking about. Oh, Donia, you're going to make me start crying. You are such a sweetie. Donia says, no hugs to Angie and all who gave me new life. Oh, so sweet. Oh, everyone's just saying hugs to Donia. You guys, she is such a sweetheart. I watched her live last week, I think, and it was a lot of fun. So if you guys see Donia, you guys sub to Donia's channel, and when she goes live or when she makes a video period, just go watch her. She's awesome. I absolutely love her. I got to see her. I got to see her crochet. I got to see her house, and I learned a lot about her. It was really cool. Oh, Donia, that gave me the will to start crafting again. I'm so happy. Yeah, I'd be the most miserable person in the world if I... What the heck happened? Okay, you guys, just a second. My iPad just went off. Oh, I know what happened. It hit the thing. Just a second, guys. My iPad got turned off. It better come back on. All right, you guys, it's going to be a second. I was reading comments, but my iPad on the side got turned off. So it's going to be a second. It has to boot back up. So let me roll out some, oh, maybe I'm back. Maybe I'm back really quickly. Oh, I'm back quickly. All right. Yay. Hopefully I'm back quickly. I'll be back with you guys in just a second. I thought something bad happened to my iPad. It just that the button's on the side and it hit like a book or something. No major. All right. All right, just gotta get myself back. All right, there we go. All right, I'm back. I'm back. And I have to celebrate Donia. I'll celebrate Donia in just a second for the donation. Just let me just go ahead and get caught up with chat real quick. Did I celebrate? No, I didn't. You guys, I didn't celebrate Donia yet, right? Regardless, I'm celebrating her again because we love Donia. Okay. Where was I at with my I was reading comments. Okay, Donia said, I don't know if Angie remembers this, but a few years ago, I started listening to her and a few other artists on YouTube after my stroke. She sent me a picture she made. Oh, you know what, girl? I do remember that now. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That is crazy. Okay. I'm just going through. Hey, Joni, welcome in. Welcome in. So glad to have you. And Joni says she's just listening in while she finishes her project. Awesome. Okay, I'm just going to comments real quick. Amethyst says, that's why I don't have my nails anymore either. I mess with too many types of media, paint, glue, water, etc. Snowbird says, Angie, I just have to ask, how is that spelled? It is a Pookie. Yeah, it's spelled exactly like that. P-O-O-K-I-E. I guess Andy Ward said I got to be careful with that Pookie word because it means something nasty in another language, or I don't know. It can be something nasty, I guess. I never heard the word Pookie until I started doing this pottery thing, so I don't know. Donia says that she gave up nails years ago, pottery one. Oh yeah, Donia does pottery too. I remember we were talking about that. She does pottery also. C Rose says, how did the natives figure this out? Trial and error, I suppose. Yep, trial and error. And also, a lot of cultures did this type of pottery. The natives did it. African cultures did it, like my people. Nigerian people did it. I think in Italy. Yes, Italy, they did pottery. Irish did pottery. The Asian people did pottery. So, I mean, pottery's been done for hundreds of thousands of years all over the world. Okay. Okay, I think I got to everyone, and I got to celebrate Donia. Oh, good. Oh, so many people said they subscribed to Donia. Yay! You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Before we celebrate Donia for her donation, I want to say anybody who has a YouTube channel and makes content, put CC semicolon and put CC semicolon. And then that will tell me and tell everyone else that you have content so that people can go and join your channel. I'm going to get this thing called iBot. I just learned about it from Jeannie's Butterfly Crochet. She does that. They do it. I got to figure it out, but somehow if I get iBot, then Artsy Girl, I think then you can, as a moderator, with iBot, put that person's YouTube channel up. I don't know. I got to figure that part out. See, this is the kind of stuff I'm not really good at. But anyway, I'll get it figured out. But for right now, everyone just put CC semicolon. Just put that down. Enter. And then that'll let everybody know that you have a YouTube channel. And it'll let me know. And then I'm going to try to develop a list and start putting these, YouTube channels in the description so that we can all join each other. Okay. So if you have a YouTube channel and you make content, put CC semicolon in the chat, and then we know to go join you. Okay. All right. Any mods can put links in the chat. Okay. But then how do they get the link without having to leave the live? That's what I don't know. Hey, Vanessa, because Vanessa's the one who just said that. Hey, Vanessa, welcome in, welcome in. I just start talking to Vanessa before I even welcome her in. Sorry, girl. All right, let's celebrate Donia and her donation. Thank you, Donia, little sweetie. Okay, and then we'll blow some bubbles. Hey, Stephanie, how are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, Stephanie, you're going to think I'm crazy, but we're celebrating Donia because she just made a donation to the channel. So when someone makes a donation, I blow my little blower and we blow some bubbles to say thank you. So just want to let you know that because you're going to be like, girl, you look crazy. But I never said I was sane, so. Yay, Donia! Oh, that one petered out. All right, let's go. There you go, Donia. Thank you, girl. I appreciate it. And like I said, Stephanie, welcome in. So glad to have you. So good to see you. So Stephanie, I know you just came on. What I'm doing is I'm making a yarn bowl, and I've made them before. I started doing pottery. I learned it from this guy named Andy Ward here on YouTube. It's making pottery the ancient way using the coil and scrape method. And this is a yarn bowl that you just put your little yarn ball in here, and then you take your yarn here, and then you can start crocheting or knitting right out of the bowl. It's really cool. So that's what I'm making, and that's where we're at. Oh, good. You subbed to Stephanie. Perfect. Perfect. So you guys, anybody who, like I said just now, anybody who makes content, put CC in the chat, and so that we know that you make content and we can go join your channel. Okay. So this is what we have to add the coils to, but I have to make some coils. All right, here we go. That one's a little soft. If you make you guys saw me how I mixed up my clay with the sand and a little bit of water. If you get too much water, just let it sit for a few days in your bag, and it'll level itself out. So Stephanie, I usually do some type of, I always do collage type of stuff or mixed media, and that's what I normally do. But every 4 to 6 weeks, I try to do something else because, I just don't want people to get bored with what I'm doing. So, and I do a lot of different crafts. So I thought, you know what, do something different. I also want to do a 1 or 2 fall crafts here on the live. So we'll do that. I got a whole bunch of stuff from Dollar Tree from the fall decor. Oh, you guys, I'm about to do a fall Dollar Tree haul. I got so much good fall decor. I think I found everything I want now. Everything that was on my fall decor list that I've been seeing on the YouTube videos. I think I got everything. I even got these little ramekins. They look like something you would make bread in, and they're like this small. They're like this. And there's this one that's painted up and has mushrooms on it. Oh my God, it's so cute. And I found it yesterday. I think that was like one of my last things I was looking for. I always have a running Dollar Tree wish list all the time. And you know what's the shameful? I've said this before. I have a Dollar Tree right around the corner. I can be there in, I don't know, 30 seconds. Maybe faster. So I'm taking this coil and I'm putting it on top of here. Okay. Now this coil is going to go right on top. The next coil is going to be set a little bit in. And when you set the coil a little bit in, that's so you can start building up. Oh my God, you guys. I am so pissed. Do not believe what I just did. Oh well, this happens. Look what I just did. Look. I broke my bowl. See, this is what happens when you haven't fired them. You need to handle them with care. And I didn't. Oh, I am so pissed. Okay, but what I'm going to do about that, since I just did that, I'm still going to fire it. And I'm going to fire the piece that broke off. And then I'm going to glue it together. So, we're going to be okay. Even though I did that. Oh, that perturbs me. I can still, if I keep the piece, I can just glue that back in. But I got to remember to handle my pottery, especially if you haven't fired it, with care. Oh well, it's kind of good when things like that happen in a, you know, on camera, because then you kind of see what happens and then maybe get an idea of how to correct yourself or what not to do. And that's one of the things you need to do. Handle your pottery with care. Not how I just did it. Oh my gosh. All right, I gotta roll out another coil. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. It'll be okay. That's a piece I'm going to do, the yarn balls, I'm going to do that raku firing. So I'll do the raku on that yarn ball, and then I'll do some raku on the piece that broke. And like I said, then I'll glue it all together. I'll use some E6000 and glue it back together. Thank God it didn't happen to a mug, something that I want to drink out of. Okay, so now we got our coils nice and smooth. Let's put that there. Bring our bowl back. And then put this on. Make sure you guys are seeing everything. And then bring this like this. I can't wait to go to chat. I'm sure people are saying some things when they saw that I broke that. They're really like, oh my God, Angela. All right. And that'll go together like that. So the first thing you want to do is, let me see if I can bring this up. Yeah, I can. Okay. See this right here? Make sure you guys are seeing what I'm doing. I'm just looking at my monitor. It's so behind. Okay. I just want to make sure you guys are seeing this. See the seam right here? You're going to take your thumb and you're going to go down like this. So that it looks like that. And you're going to keep doing that. And what that's doing is it's getting that seam and getting your clay to form together. Okay, so I'm going to do that all the way around. So when you guys see me doing that, you know what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just getting that seam. So we're getting that seam attached to the clay, we're getting the coil attached to the bowl. Okay. I'm looking to see if you guys, there we go. Maybe that's a better view. Yeah, that's a better view. Cool, I'm glad I did that. Now you can see better. Now you can see exactly what I'm doing. See, I'm just going down like that, like that. There we go. I have to hold my hand inside here just to kind of hold the inside of the bowl. And then smooth that on top and then bring that together. All right, I'm glad I changed my camera angle. Now you guys can see a lot better. So that's what it looks like going all the way around. See? And then you want to start that whole technique we did at the beginning with pinching. Pinching like this, up. And pinching, and then pinching up. That allows so that your bowl starts forming that bowl shape and doesn't start forming a flower pot shape, okay? And that's the biggest key to making sure that you create a bowl rather than creating a flower pot. Believe me, when I first started, I was creating flower pots. I mean, yeah, I was creating flower pots. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And when you do this pinching and pinching in, also, you're also getting rid of that seam that's inside. We'll go in and we'll be scraping the inside too, but it's so fun. I'll be in my art room here, and I'll come out and I'll be like, honey, I made a mug. Honey, I made a yarn bowl. He's like, I can't believe you go in your little room there and you come out with these things. Just made a mug. Just made a pot. I've only made one pot so far, like a pot for your stove. Honey, I just made a pot. Okay, did we get around the whole thing? Yeah, we did. Wait, maybe we didn't. Yeah, we did. Okay, I'm going to go around one more time here and just pinch. We got everything coming up. See how we're building up? But I'm going to go around and just pinch in a little bit everywhere. Again, just because that's so important. That's so important that we pinch in so that we pinch in so we create that bowl shape. So that's my main thing I'm doing right now, is just pinching in the walls a little bit to keep that bowl shape happening. Again, keeping in mind that you want everything to be about 1/4 inch thick. Also, I'm also feeling like deeper inside. See how I'm filling in about like that deep inside to see how my thickness is. So I'm pinching to make sure that we're creating the bowl and we're not creating a flower pot, but I'm also feeling thickness to make sure that we're the same, pretty much the same thickness all the way around. Okay, so that looks good there. So now what we need to do is we need to scrape the outside and then scrape the inside. So I can use my milk carton that I cut into like this bean shape, or I can use my gourd. And I will check chat here in just a, let me go through it and do some scraping, and then I'll check chat. Let me scrape the outside and then I'll check chat. So what I'm going to do, I think I want to use this one. Just a second. I got a lot of clay buildup on this gourd. Sometimes I like the gourd. Sometimes I like It just depends. I'm going to try the gourd right now and see if I like the gourd. And you're just scraping to make sure that that line that was there from the coil is smooth and everything else is smooth. So let me just go around and do that. Let me look a little bit. Also, we're still at that point where the bowl meets the clay. You might need to bring this up just a little bit and just scrape that too. Just to make sure you got that nice and smooth. There we go. Yeah, I need to just bring that up out of the bowl just a little bit. And then kind of, you know, get rid of some of the clay off of here that's building up. And then dip this back into water that I have over here on the side. So let me scrape this all the way around, and then I'll check the chat. And remember, you guys, at about 10 or 15 to 3, right before we end, we'll do a giveaway. I found another one of those pot holders that looks like a honeycomb at Hobby Lobby yesterday or the day before. The one I like to use them on the jelly plate. I found one for the giveaway. They had one, no price, no tag. So I said, how much can I buy this for? She goes, how about $1.50? I said, okay. I was like, $1 might be better, but I won't be cheap. $1.50 is just fine. Shoot, she could have said $2, so. Okay. So I am picking this up just so that I'm smoothing out that coil line if it happened to meet the top of this bowl, and some of them do. So I'm just lifting it up out of the pot just a little bit. Not enough that I'll lose shape, but enough that I scrape all of the coils nice and smooth and nice and together. Okay, let me get rid of the clay off of here. I'm just removing some of the clay off of here. Re-dip this in some water. Keep going. And you just keep doing the same process over and over until you build up your, in this case, my yarn bowl. We had a little crack in my clay right there. Okay. Okay. Just make sure everything's nice and smooth and the line is smooth. Okay, we went all the way around. Yep, we got it all. Okay, so we got everything. So the next thing we're going to do is, I'm going to read chat here in just a second. We're going to take and do the same thing inside. Let me show you before I read chat. I'm going to put this up. Okay, see inside here, this is where we did the pinching, but that needs to be scraped smooth. See the line? So we're going to scrape that smooth. But just because I just want this to be more even looking, I'm going to go ahead and do some cutting right now. And then this will be nice and smooth and prepared for nice and smooth and prepared for the next coil. And I have enough clay to work with set on the side now, so I'm going to take all this clay that I'm cutting off and I'm going to put it in the put it back in the bag so we don't waste it. Let me finish cutting this smooth, then I'll check the chat. Okay, there we go. So now we're fairly even. Put that clay back in there, and let me read the chat and get caught up with that. Get a cloth for my hands. Okay, let me check chat here real quick. Oh, hey, Elena, welcome in, welcome in. Oh, Artsy Girl, did you find a way to, are you finding a way to get people's, channels up? Artsy Girl, how are you doing that? This is awesome. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Artsy Girl. Thank you so, so much. Oh my gosh. Artsy Girl, I just sent you, so your prizes, and I sent you some extras, so. Did you get them yet? Patty says she used to make polymer clay mosaics. Stephanie says, thank you. Yes, Artsy Girl, thank you. I don't know how you're doing this, but this is awesome. Elena says, I work with polymer clay and I love coating it with resin. Ooh, that sounds very cool. I work with resin also, but I haven't ever coated any of my clay with resin. That sounds really cool. Yay, everyone's subscribing to everybody. This is awesome. Elena says she wants to do more with resins, charms, earrings. You know what? Maybe I should make a video and just show you. I just learned this from this girl, and she's into kawaii type of dressing and stuff. Anyway, I love her style, and I love how she makes resin pieces. She makes necklaces, earrings, rings. I'll show you really quick. This is what I've done so far. I have a necklace that I made, but it's not in here, so I'll just show you what I've done. Do I have that one piece for a ring? Just a second. Okay, there they are. Ooh, this room is so packed with so much stuff. Oh, I should be blessed, not complaining. I'll just show you my resin pieces really quick that I'm working on. So this right here is a butterfly, and I did these in molds, and I added some pigments that I got from what is her name? How could I forget her name? Sorry, you guys. Jane Davenport. Whoa, my brain sometimes. She sells pigments, pure pigments that you can make watercolor out of. So I bought that kit, but I used her pigments to color the resin, and also I added glitters, all types of glitters, and put this into a mold. These are two different butterflies glued together, and then I put some rhinestones on it. And this I'm going to drill holes and then put this, hang this, and make this into a necklace. This big old pendant. That's going to be cool. I did another one. Again, I'm going to put a hole here and drill a hole here, make this into a necklace. I already made one like this into a necklace. See, I drilled the holes in. I actually use just a real drill. And then I put these pieces in so these can hang, and I can wear this as a necklace. It's two bows put together. This is a little small one. I bought some ring blanks, and this is going to be a ring. Isn't that going to be cool? And then, you guys, now these rings are obnoxiously big, but this is what this girl likes to do, and I loved it. This is like gourmand. Oh, what did you call it? Anyway, I got these cookies. I made them look like cookies. The resin. And then I put this in a cookie mold. And I got a bunch of molds from Hobby Lobby in the baking section. Then I frosted it with some molding paste, and then I sprinkled glitter, and then I took all these things and I made it look like a little cookie. And I did the same thing with this one. And then again, I'm going to take these and use E6000 and glue them onto the ring blanks, which I got at Hobby Lobby. So it's going to be a big old ring on my finger. I love it. And this is the kind of stuff that girl that I learned, I'll try to link her below, where I learned how to do all this. So I have all this sitting on the side that I need to finish up. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Maybe that's something I should do in a few weeks also, some of resin work, since people are talking about it. I think I will. So the next thing I do, like how today I'm doing this yarn bowl, I'll do some resin work. Oh, another piece. Isn't this beautiful? This is, I don't even know what mold this is. Anyway, but this is going to be a necklace. Isn't that pretty? I'll put like a hole. I'll probably put the hole up here and then hang it, and I'll wear this. I'll make this into a long necklace. I think that's really pretty, that little fairy. All right, let me see what people are saying. All right. Yarny Cat says, Angie got the drill skills. Look, you guys, my drill is right here. I'm going to show you guys. You're going to laugh. Look, here's my drill. It's sitting right here because I was doing that, and I thought, let me just keep the drill in here because I got to make more holes so I can make the necklaces. Yarny Cat says she loves the butterfly. Stephanie says, very cool. Thanks, girls. Zero says, how pretty. Thank you. I only have 5 videos, but I'm working on it. Yarny Cat said, awesome. Elaine says, I don't have videos. I'm a closet crafter. Patty says, it's addicting. She hasn't made any for a few years now. Patty says she used to make polymer clay mosaics. Patty, that was like what? I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. You were making those. You were covering boxes with your clay mosaic pieces. I remember that. Okay, so I've almost caught up with chat. Hey, Angel, welcome in. Welcome in. Angel says, did you decorate the tumblers too? Just asking. Hi, I wanted to show some love, not Yarny Day, but I just wanted to say hi. Oh, thank you. But you said, did I decorate the tumblers? I'm trying to think what tumblers you're talking about. What tumblers are you talking about? I'm not sure. Snowbird said, yes, resin, please. Okay, I will do that. Hey, Jerry, welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, Vanessa, that's a Stamperia mold. That's exactly what it is. I couldn't remember what kind of mold that was. That was a Stamperia mold. Ooh. Donia says, I wonder if the resin would mix with fired pottery. That'd be a fun thing to experiment with. Okay. Okay, Elena, no problem. Thank you for joining us. And then Patty said, yes, and wall art with them. Exactly. I remember watching you. God, Patty, we've known each other for a long time. That's crazy. That was what? I don't know. I think I've known you like 6 or 7, 8 years. Something like that. Oh, the one I'm drinking from. Oh, I was thinking, what is she? I'm not sure what she's talking about. And this is perfect that I'm giving myself a little bit of time in between because my clay is a little bit soft today. I might have added a little bit too much water. It's not too soft, but it's a little soft. So letting this set up is just fine. My mug, isn't this beautiful? My husband bought me 2 of these. They're sugar skull mugs. Isn't that pretty? I love Day of the Dead. I went to a Day of the Dead, and my husband calls me Sweetie, so he put Sweetie on, got Sweetie put on here. Isn't that nice? I went to a Day of the Dead just down the street here. A Day of the Dead celebration. It was really cool. I bought the most beautiful art there. I saw the most beautiful art. I had some really good Mexican food. I mean, good Mexican food. And it was just a lot of fun. And really, I really learned a lot about Day of the Dead. It's a beautiful, beautiful celebration. Just celebrating your ancestors, you know, that have passed away. And they do it in such a beautiful way. I love the whole thing. I absolutely love the whole thing. Okay, so we got this coal to put on, but we're not going to put that on yet. I got to scrape the inside of the bowl. Because remember I showed you that line? So we need to scrape that line out. So I'm going to use my gourd. So I'm going to use my gourd. I'm going to wet it. And you're just trying to get that seam out, right? And when you smooth out that seam that holds your clay together, makes everything nice and smooth, and you're all good. So that's what we're doing with this gourd. Dip it in a little bit of water. Okay. Sorry if it gets silent, you guys. I'm focusing. Okay. Dip this in water again. So we're just working on getting that seam out. And also, see how I'm also supporting the walls? Because we making the walls get that bowl shape, right? So you need to support when you're working on doing the scraping, either on the outside, or if you're on the inside, put your hands on the inside. What time are we at? Oh, jeez, we're already at 3:29. Hopefully I can finish this. I mean, if we have to today, we'll go until 4:30 so I can finish this. If we have to go to 4:30. I may be done in a half an hour. I'm actually more than halfway finished. Believe it or not. Usually takes me about 2 hours to do this yarn bowl. I can make a mug pretty quick now. I've done enough mugs now that I want to do plates too. And plates, you don't have to mold it. You just use a, you know the China plates? They look like the oval restaurant plates like this. They're oval, and they're real thick plates. They're real nice fancy ones, but they're paper plates, real thick cardboard. You use those as a mold and you just place your clay in there and just let it dry and then fire them. You don't even have to, you can use that as a mold. You don't even have to form the plates. So I'm going to be making some of those, hopefully this week, because I want to be able to fire those. And I want to have a whole set of plates. I want a bunch of mugs. I want a bunch of plates. I want a bunch of pots that I can cook with on the stove. I have one right now. So. But I do a lot of crap, so I can only do so many things. I have to remind myself of that. Like, girl, that you only got 2 hands. You only got 24 hours in a day, so. Okay, so I'm going to use my fingers to do some smoothing. We got the seam out. So now I'm just going to use my fingers just to do a little more smoothing. I could also use that stone I showed you, but I kind of like, ooh, I found a little weak spot here, right here. Let me put some clay right there. Sometimes for smoothing, I like to use my fingers. There we go. Hopefully that filled that. Yeah, I'm going to put a little more clay right there. I found a little bit of a wall in here that felt a little thin. And just a little spot. That was weird. It's cool how quickly you can fix it though. So I'm just taking my fingers and I'm just doing some smoothing inside of here. Okay. Keep doing that. And I found another little, you'll find like little places where like you need some, you have a little divot here or there or something. Just add a little clay. That's why I keep this little ball of clay on the side. And I kind of dab it with water so I can keep it kind of smooth or kind of wet so that I can easily put it in. And just if you have a little divot or a little wall that's a little bit thin, you can just, the little bit of clay you have on the side here, you can just fill it in. So that's what you see me doing right now. It's just filling in where I felt it being a little smooth or being a little thin. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to keep going around and keep smoothing. So Artsy Girl, how did you get to everybody's, how were you able to so quickly be able to post everyone's YouTube channel? Are you going to them individually just really quickly? Or did you, I don't know, tell me. Tell me! And thank God for you, Artsy Girl. Woo, you helped me out. That's why I sent you some extra little goodies to say thank you. Okay, so we got it. See inside now, there's no seam anymore. We got it all nice and smooth. So the next thing I want to do, smooth this on the outside a little bit. Let me just go on the sides here and just smooth on the side a little bit with my fingers, things I see. Things that I'm seeing. Okay. All right. Whoa. I just hit my bowl. Like now. Okay. So I'm just doing some finger smoothing here. Things that I see that need to be smoothed. Light finger smoothing. Okay, I do want to go back in and I'm going to pinch these walls again. Hey Wayne, how are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. I saw your post in the group and I just commented this morning on all your things. You do some beautiful work, Wayne. Beautiful. And I just subscribed to your channel. And I see that you've been busting out some videos over the last week. So, good for you. So, you guys, hey, Artsy Girl, if you can, Wayne makes content. So, can you please put Wayne's YouTube channel up here? That'd be great. And everybody go subscribe to Wayne. He does beautiful work. He did some beautiful bubble paper, like coffee bubble paper. But then, Wayne, you added color to your bubble paper, which I remember you saying that. And I want to try that with adding some color to it. Oh, it's gorgeous. And Wayne, what we're doing is I'm making a pot. I am making a yarn bowl. And a yarn bowl is just nothing but to hold your yarn so that your ball doesn't go crazy. So that's what I'm doing. And right now I'm pinching like this. That pinch where I pinch and pinch up. And that brings your bowl in a little bit and makes it, just keeps that bowl shape so that you don't start creating a flower pot. You do not want a flower pot unless you want a flower pot. I sound crazy. You don't want a flower pot unless you want to make a flower pot. So if you want to make a flower pot, don't pinch in and you'll have a flower pot easily. I just see still again that same spot's a little bit thin, so I'm adding some more clay. It's so weird. I don't usually have a thin spot like that. Just a second, guys. Things happen. There we go. But it's just clay, so thank God we can fix it. And while your clay's wet, you can fix things pretty easily. So I'm just pinching in, going all the way around. And that's just to keep, and that will keep me with that bowl shape. Keep me from making a flower pot. We do not want a flower pot. So I'm just doing some extra pinching to keep that bowl shape. Okay. And welcome in. I'll get to anybody else that's come in. I just happened to see Wayne on my phone, which is right above my head, pop in. I saw everyone saying, "Hi Wayne, hi Wayne, hi Wayne." We just love when a guy joins, don't we? It's so cool to have a guy's energy in and their perspective, and it's awesome. Wayne's probably like, "I never felt so loved." We love a guy crafter or artist. What else am I doing? Oh, the other thing at this point, I'm going to take the side of my milk carton that I cut into a kidney shape, right? And we're going to use this side. And let me get some of the clay off of it. And we're going to just put some shape into this bowl. So since this has like a, look, see how this shape is kind of concaved, right? Kind of rounded. That's going to be a perfect shape for the inside of this bowl. So hold it on the outside like this, and then just press it. You're going to press in just a little bit, and this just gives us that bowl shape even more. Okay. And these are all those techniques that you learn from Andy Ward. You'll learn them on his YouTube channel, and then you'll learn them even better if you sign up for his club. The amount of classes that he's giving you for $25 a month is ridiculous. I mean, I just can't even believe it. I'm like, all of this for $25 a month? So this, I'm just pushing out a little bit, but still supporting it with my hand. And this gives you that bowl shape even more. Okay. Okay, I think I've gone around enough times. Okay. Just want to do a little more smoothing with my finger smoothing again. And we're almost done. So we're going to probably be done right at 3 o'clock. So we'll do the giveaway right about 3. I believe. Well, it's 3:41, yeah, because we're almost done. We got to bring it in just a little bit more. I'm just looking at all sides right now. If I see any little divots or I need to add clay, like I see a little divot right here. Just adding a little bit of clay right there to fill that divot in. And I'll check chat here in just a minute, you guys. Okay, I'm going to put a little more clay right there just to fill that divot in. And divots happen, you know, you're doing a lot of stuff, you're doing a lot of scraping. Sometimes you'll scrape a little bit more than you should. Or when you're pinching, you'll pinch a little bit more than you should. Just add a little clay and smooth it out. Like I did right there. All right, I'm just checking out my bowl. Just checking for, making sure all my seams are done, making sure everything's smoothed. I don't have any divots, at least not too many divots. We're not looking for perfection, people. We're just looking for pretty close. Okay. All right, so we're to this point, and I would cut the top of the rim, but the rim is good. Look how it's still pretty even from the last time I cut it, right? So we're ready for another coil, and this coil's already ready to go. Where are we at with size? I think this might be... Okay, so when we put this last coil on here, I'm trying to see, let me see where I'm at with size. I got to compare this to my other bowl. Oh yeah, we're there. We're there. Okay, so this is going to be our last coil. But I need to make my coil for this last one a little bit thinner than this one because this is the last one. And we're going to form this coil so that it starts going in a little bit more, right? So if you want your coil to, if you want your pot to start going up and in a little bit, you're going to place your coil instead of right on top, you're going to place it in a little bit. So your coil will be in like this. But you don't need your coil this fat at this point because we're just building this up a little bit more. So let me put this aside. We will divide this coil up, make it a little bit thinner. But before we do that, let me check the chat. Also, let me clean up my... See how the clay builds up right there? You want to keep... I just use my little tongue depressor and just clean that up a little bit. And add it to my little pile of clay over here that I use for divots. All right, let me see what people are saying. I'll wipe my hands off a little bit. Move my tools out of the way. Okay, let me see what people are saying. Yarny Cat says, it's looking good, Angie. Thank you. Gwen said, really cool job. Thank you. Yarny Cat said, Adrian, when do you let us know so we can sub? Well, I guess Adrian's thinking about making content. I think that's what she's saying. Yarny Cat, Adrian, I'm not sure I like yarn and cats. That's where Yarny Cat came from. Adrian said, okay, Yarny Cat. Adrian, make a second channel for your art. I will sub there too. Yeah, well, I'll sub to you, Adrian. Okay. Yarny Cat says, Adrian, your makeup is your art. It totally is. I've actually made some get ready with me videos for with makeup. I love it. I love makeup. Oh, I'm obsessed. If you guys can see how many eyeshadow palettes I have, it's ridiculous. I'll never use them all. Yeah, Adrian said she has a channel, but she hasn't done any art on it. Yeah, Adrian, do some art. Adrian, do some art. Adrian, do some art. No pressure. After I yell, do some art. Do some art and tape it for us to see. Adrian says, Wayne, is doing good so far. Yeah, Wayne, I've seen his work on in the Facebook group. It's just his work. You guys have to go to the Facebook group and see his work. It's gorgeous. And then, of course, join his channel and start watching his video of how he's creating this beautiful work. His stuff is fabulous. I really like it. Nellie says, Angie, did you check out Wayne's page? It's pretty cool. What on? Okay, his YouTube channel or Facebook? You said his page. So I'm not sure, Natalie. Yarny Cat said it's smoothing out really nice. Thank you. Oh, Adrian, thank you. She says her work is amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Adrian, letting people know about my Etsy shop. Thank you. Stephanie says Vegas and Los Angeles are on the same time. Yes, we are right now. But there's a point where we're not, huh, Stephanie? Like we're an hour apart. At some point that happens. I'm not sure when. Natalie says, yes, I agree. Fabulous playlist. Oh my God, so much to learn from Angie. Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. You guys are so sweet. Natalie, I am jealous of you. Natalie says it's a bit chilly in the mornings now. Oh, you guys, I pray for some cool weather. It's horrific here. Okay, you guys, it's gone down to almost every day's been 98. That's still hot as hell, but at least it's not 104, 115. But this morning I do feel accomplished because I got into my garage and I needed to take a bunch of boxes out, restock a bunch of boxes, put some more plastic boxes in there. I had a lot of, I call it warehouse work to do. So I did that and I felt so accomplished after doing that. But you guys, I was a sweaty mess. Oh my gosh. I jumped right in the shower afterwards. Okay. Dang, Natalie, I always forget that New York is such a different time zone. It's already 6:30 there. It's only 3:48 here. So crazy. Adrian says she gets deep in her work. It's true, I do. Yanni Cat says, you're zen with your clay. I guess Patty left. Bye, Patty. Sorry, I didn't. You're welcome, Patty, if you're still listening. Thank you, girl. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, I'm just going through the chat. Okay, I think I got caught up with chat now. Yeah, yep, we are on the same time zone, Stephanie, because Stephanie just said it's 3:48. It's 3:49, but, you know, whatever. Oh, Yarny Cat said it's cool that it's only 80 today. I would love it if it was 80 here. Oh. Yarny Cat says, I'm ready for snow. Believe it or not, it snows in Vegas, you guys. And every winter, it snows here. It even snows on the strip. It snows here at my house. I mean, as soon as it hits the ground, it pretty much melts. But I think last year, we actually had the snow stick around. It was pretty cool. But where I live, Vegas is small. People do ski here. And I live an hour away from where it snows. Isn't that crazy? I can't believe it. So in an hour, I can be skiing or snowboarding. I don't do either one, so I won't be doing that. But I could. It's available to me. Okay, so I'm going a little bit thinner. See, I'm not doing such fat coils because we're not really building up anymore. We're going to start building in. So, because the bowl is basically done. See, we're basically done. And there's a little bit more smoothing to do, but we have to wait till it gets leather hard to do further smoothing. And sometimes because, okay, I'll show you. There might be a line when I'm done right here, where between here and here that settles as it dries. And if that happens, you need to have something aggressive to get rid of that line, right? That's where this cheese grater comes in. So tomorrow morning, I'll get up when it's leather hard. If you let it dry overnight, that's when it's leather hard. And if there's any line like that, you can get it done with this cheese grater. And it's so cool. It shreds off like cheese. And it does it quick too, guys. And then you can take, again, your gourd to smooth out that scraping, or this. Or you can use a popsicle stick to smooth further, or this to smooth further. So you just kind of try out all your little tools to see what's going to work. All right. So let me go ahead and start putting on this last coil. This last coil, like I said, it's not going to go right on top. It's going to go a little bit in. And when you set it a little bit in and not right level on top and coming in, that's how you're going to start getting your bowl coming in like that. Okay. Where's the other? There it is. Also, when I pinch, I'm going to pinch and bring things kind of in like that also. All right. I got to roll out one more small. Let me make room. I got to roll out one more small coil for this part right there. So let me do that. All right. Let's go to one that's a little harder. Okay, there we go. Okay. And so what you guys are seeing here is when you use coils and scraping, you're really controlling the clay. The clay is not controlling you. And that's the main thing that you want to do. not have the clay control you. Is Wayne still here? Because I didn't read any comments from him when I went to the comments. Did I somehow skip his comment? Wayne, are you still here? And Artsy Girl, how are you putting up people's links? How are you leaving the chat and then going and getting their link and then cut and pasting it? Because that's the only way I would know how to do it. Or are you able to do it because you're a moderator? I don't know. Or is that something you can do because you're a moderator? See, these are the type of things I should know. I could do some creative stuff, but this computer stuff, I'm a mess. I'm a damn mess. I'm just absolutely a mess. Okay. Huh. Would I rather make a pot or do something techie? I'd rather make a pot. All right. Just looking, because this one, like I said, this coil needs to be a little bit thinner than the last one. So this is perfect. All right, let's put this. Again, when you put this on, make sure you put it inside a little bit, not right on top. Make sure it's just a little bit in. There we go. We're going to start right here. Bring this back here so make sure you guys are seeing this. As a moderator, I go to channel, copy link, and paste. Oh, okay. Channel, copy link, and paste. Oh, okay. So if you click on someone's name, it says go to channel. Okay, you guys, hopefully you guys don't disappear, but. Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. And then you just cut and paste it real quick because you just hit it on their name. And then as a moderator, it comes up. Okay, I got it. I got it. Artsy Girl, you are the bomb. Thank you for figuring that out. Thank you. Thank you. That is awesome. I definitely chose the right person to be a moderator. Girl, you got that tech, you got that computer stuff down. That's why I've never been a volunteer to be anybody's moderator. I'd be a mess. They'd ask me to do something, I would be like this. Okay, so now I'm going to do that same. If you guys notice, it's the same thing all the time. So just again, but holding it inside and just pressing down. So we're combining we're binding the coil to this pot. And again, remember I put this coil more on the inside, not right on top. So you guys can see. Okay. Okay. And it's really important to hold things and support it when you're doing it and it's not sitting right on top, because it's a little bit more kind of fragile. Not really, but. Okay, keep going all the way around. Sometimes you have to resituate it to make sure that it's, there we go. Make sure it's sitting on the inside more than right on top. Go. Okay. going here. I could have chose something faster and easier like a mug or a bowl, but or a smaller bowl. But I thought, why not challenge myself on a live and do a yarn bowl? Plus, I needed to do another yarn bowl. I have a yarn bowl that I'm giving away as a gift. And you know who you are. And then I want to put a couple in my Etsy shop. And then I want to have one as a giveaway on Fridays. And then I want one for myself. So I need to make a lot of yarn bowls. Okay. So now, same procedure. Okay. Pinch like this. Make sure you pinch and go up. Pinch and up. Pinch and up. There we go. When I pinch, I do start, see where this line is right here? I start there first, and that's where I start feeling the walls, like making sure the walls are the same thickness as right back here that I just did, right? And then, and I'm still pinching and going like that. And so I do it here, and then I come here and do it. So even down here where it's a little thicker, I still pinch in like that, but start lower and then bring it up. And then if you feel like, you know, you got into a spot that's, you know, thin enough, don't keep making it any thinner. Just pinch in a little bit. Don't thin the walls out anymore if they don't need it. And then where the walls do need to be thinned out, thin them out. Get a little more aggressive with your pinches. Okay, so you guys, because we're getting towards the end here, and I'm almost done. We'll go to probably 4:30 today. I'm going to try to get this pretty much finished up, so I won't be checking chat for a little bit. Let me go through and finish this up, and then we'll do a big, I'll check chat, and then we'll do the giveaway. So just know for right now, I'm not going to be checking chat for a little bit. Also, if you have anything that you want me to see, make sure you put it in caps. And then that way I can make sure that I read it. I pretty much read everything anyway, but just to make sure. I felt some areas that felt a little bit thinner. Not super thin, but just felt thinner. So I'm just adding a little bit of clay to this section just to build these up just a little bit more. Okay, so we did the pinching, right? We pinch like this. Now we're going to do scraping. We're going to scrape the outside, then we'll scrape the inside. You're going to kind of see me go a little faster now, because you guys have seen the process enough times that you kind of know what I'm doing. You got the idea. Now I am smoothing that seam, like always. So it's just that same thing over and over and over. And we're going to form this bowl a little bit at the top for it to come in a little bit more after I get done with the scraping and smoothing. Okay. And sorry if I get quiet, you guys. guys see what I just did right there? I just hit the bowl. What am I doing? All right. All right, we scraped all the way around, so all the seams are gone. Let me kind of just look at things a little bit really quickly. Let me slow down a little bit because I just hit my walls twice. We don't want to do that again. Okay. Now, I'm going to go inside and scrape inside. Let me get a little bit of this clay off of here. And let's go inside and do a little scrape. Holding the walls again, so we don't. And then after this, we're going to do a little bit of pinching, cutting, pinching, and shaping, and we're going to be done. Oh, and I got to make that little divot, I call it like a little J, so that's where the yarn can come out of. I think this is so cool. All this to hold your yarn ball. I love it. Oh. Angela, stop touching your clay like that. Okay, I see a little divot right here that needs to be filled. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to use I'm using my gourd now. I just feel like my gourd is what's needed. And that's just all intuitive, what you feel, which tool you think you need. And I just feel like I need this right now. Okay, a little bit more scraping there. Okay, now for some finger smoothing. And like I said, you guys, sorry if I get quiet. I'm just going fast because, you know, we're on a time crunch. And I got to focus for a second. I gotta focus. Adding some more clay to that one spot that I keep talking about. Well, glad that's happening. So if you run into a spot where you've just gotten a little bit thin somewhere, just add a little bit more clay to it and you'll be fine. You're just trying to basically get things even as far as the thickness and thinness of your walls. Does it have to be perfect? No. Cracking, from what I learned from Andy Ward, doesn't happen because everything's not perfectly, the walls aren't perfectly all the same. The cracking comes if you didn't add temper, which is the sand, when you fire, and if you don't warm up your pottery to get rid of any excess moisture, those are the things that will, those are the reasons why your pot will crack. All right, I'm going to cut this. Well, before I do that, I'm going to go in and do, again, taking this concave and just making sure that we have a nice bowl form still. So I'm going to come in and do that, holding the sides just quickly, just pushing it out, just pushing out a little bit. This is just forming that bowl even more since we just added another coil. Okay. Okay. Let me look at my shape. I think I got a nice shape going. Yep, I do. I got a nice shape going. Also, let's now go to the top. Find the lowest part on the top, which looks like it's right here, and just trim it off a little bit just so it looks nice and so this looks nice and smooth. And then from here, we're going to do the pinch technique again, but we're going to pinch like this and bring it in a little bit so that this starts coming in a little bit more on the top. So let's trim. I feel bad about not checking chat, but we're at crunch time. And I'll check chat when I'm done with this bowl. And then we'll do the giveaway. Okay, so we got everything evened out, right? Now we're going to pinch in, and I'm going to also bring it in a little bit. Smoothing or fixing anything that I see as I go around here that needs to be smoothed. Like right here. So I'm pinching in like I've been telling you, but I'm also making this go in a little bit at the same time, forming it a little bit. Again, smoothing with my finger anything that I see that needs a little smoothing. Okay. And I'm not pinching to thin the walls out at this point. I'm only pinching to make it more bowl shape, and also to bring it like that a little bit. Okay. And if you wanted this to really start closing in and closing in, if I put another coil on here and didn't put the coil right on top, but put the coil more on the inside, we close this all the way up like this and leave a little hole, if that's the vessel we were making. I'm not making that vessel today, but that's what you do. We're making a really nice rounded pot or yarn bowl. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is, like on this bowl here, this time I'm going to be careful when I grab my ball on my other yarn bowl. Right here, see how this little, almost like a little J, we need to cut that in. And that's where the yarn hangs out of when you're knitting or crocheting, right? So I'm going to decide where I want to do that at. And then after that, the only thing we have left is just to smooth the rim with water. But I'm just trying to decide where I want to do that at. Okay, I feel like I'm feeling it right here. It's a little extra thick. Now, I don't just start cutting that right away, that J right in. I first use my knife and I trace it. And that's the best way of doing it, so that if you don't like the J that you made, that little J shape, then you can just smooth it out. So I'm gonna make my J here. And that's good. So I'm going to show you, before I cut completely into it, I'm going to show it to you. See? So now hold on to it and go in deeper and just cut it out. Okay. Okay, just keep cutting until you get it out. Do we remove it? Okay, so it's gone. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you. See how it's a little bit jaggedy and stuff like that? But we got our thing. You just take a little bit of water in your finger. A little bit of wet finger. See? And then just start smoothing that. And you want to smooth that all on the inside out. And you want to smooth, like, it's really super important that you smooth this so there's not a jagged edge anywhere, because that's where your yarn's going to be at. For one, you're going to have a nice, it's going to look like a nice smooth finish. But number two, you don't want your yarn to get snagged there. So just go on the inside. So I'm just making sure that it's very dull. There's no sharp edges. No sharp edges. Okay. Oh, Artsy Girl, I'm so glad you figured that out. And Artsy Girl, you got some more gifts coming, girl, because you are such an awesome moderator. We all love you. You are awesome. You do a great job, and I want to show how thankful I am. So this week when I send out happy mail, you're going to be getting some, girl. You're going to be getting some. Okay, so see how that's nice and smooth? Look on the inside of there, and the inside of there. That's what you want, so that your yarn does not get snagged. Okay, then I'm going to take 2 wet fingers and go around this rim. And basically do the same thing to this rim as I just did to that. And this is finishing it off. You want it to be nice and smooth. Does it have to be perfect? No. It just has to look nice, but not perfect. I mean, this is hand done, right? You want it to look like the hand did it, not like it was done in a factory. Not if there's anything done wrong with factory, but you want that look that, oh, you can just tell when somebody's created a pot by hand or a mug, and it feels good, but to the hand when you touch it or you drink out of it or you use it, because you can just feel that person's energy. Listen to me getting all philosophical, but it's true. I got a mug one time from a thrift store when I was in Pismo Beach, California vacationing, which I love it there and I would love to move there. Anyway, and I bought this mug that was hand done, and it was just, this mug would have cost me a good $50 if I would have bought it in some pottery shop, but I bought it at the thrift store and I still have it. I love using it, and it's so true. You can feel that person's energy that created it. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. Some people are like, girl, you're getting a little deep. But I just love things that are handmade, where someone else has touched it, you know? I think that's cool. I'm such a hippie. I've been called a hippie my whole life. Okay, I'm just making sure that this is how I want it. And then one last, just wet finger on this top. And we're done. And we'll leave it alone. Okay, we're done. So check it out. Let me just lift it up a little bit so you guys can see. Oh, you can see on the inside. A little smoothing. There we go. So the inside's all nice and smoothed out. And then let me show you the outside. There's the outside. Look how cool. I'm excited. Then I can look at it and for more smoothing, finger smoothing here and there. Okay. So I'm just going around showing you everything. I see a little finger smoothing right here that I need to do. So after this, I will let this dry overnight. It'll be leather hard by the morning. And when it's leather hard means it's hardened up. It still has a little softness to it, but it's hardened up way more than this. And at that point, if there's, like right here, if there's any indentation there, that's when I'm going to go in with the cheese grater, okay? And then I'm going to then take a wet, I'm going to take this, where's my stone? I'm going to take this stone, like the natives did, dip it in water and smooth this. And that kind of just like, it smooths it, polishes it a little bit, and it also starts sealing the clay. Then I'll let it finish drying. Then the next day, it'll be pretty much hard. Not completely hard, but it'll be hard enough that I can take this without water and just go over the whole piece and smooth. And when you do that, it starts making it like more like it starts sealing the clay together and the sand and getting everything just to really coagulate together. And it also makes it so it's more watertight. So when I fill this with water, if I was going to, it's not a mug or a cooking vessel, it would make it so it's not so porous. Then after that, I could take a slip. This is just some clay. This is bentonite white clay. It turns this color for some reason. Mix it with water so it's kind of soupy, and then paint 2 coats of that on here. That's after I smooth it with this stone. Wait, I do the wet smoothing with this, and then after I do the wet smoothing tomorrow morning, then I'll take this. It's just clay with water, and just paint that on in 2 thin coats. Let that dry overnight, and then with a dry stone, no water, then I shine all this up with this stone, like the natives did it. How cool, huh? And then from there, I can either do the raku firing, or I can take the mineral paint and paint it. Do you guys want to see me paint a pot with the mineral paints? With the mineral, yeah, the mineral paints? Let me know, because I'll do that. So we're done with this today. This is it for this. Yay. Okay, so let me put this down on the ground somewhere carefully. Or, you know what? Let's not put this on the ground. Let's put this somewhere. Just a second, guys. I got to organize myself. Let me put this down. The bowl that I broke it. Jeez. Let me put this down. Then I'll put this bowl up here, and I'll read chat, and then we'll do a giveaway. So just a second. Oh, my legs. I need to stand up. Okay. And the bowl that I broke that I'll be repairing, that one's mine, obviously. I won't be gifting that or putting that in the Etsy shop. Good grief. Okay, so let me put that away. Let me get the rest of this clay up that I have here. So you guys talk some amongst yourself for just a second. You guys are like, girl, we've already been talking amongst ourselves. Try not to waste any of your clay. Like if you have some leftover clay like I did over here on the side like this, throw it back in and just mash it back in. All right, so I'm going to take my bag Let me close that up. Just 1 second. We don't want the clay to dry out. Just a second. All right. All right. So we got that sealed up. All right. I gotta be careful with my bowl over here. All right. Let me take I gotta put my tools somewhere. Just a second. Let me put them back in my container. So I'm just cleaning up real quick, you guys, so we can do the giveaway. I can't be having all this stuff everywhere. Okay. Let me get rid of this. Put this on the ground. All right, I'll be back. I got to go wash my hands, okay? And wipe this down. Let me go and wash my hands really quick. Also, let me wash my hands. And I'm going to put this bowl in my kitchen area so that nothing happens to it. Because that right there ain't safe. So, RT girl, hold down the house. I'll be right back. All right, I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I'm back. All right, I'm back. I got some clean hands now. Let me read chat really quickly, and then we'll do the giveaway. Let me see what people are saying. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Deborah said it's going to be cool when it's all done. Thank you. Yarny Cat says, sure is, Deborah. Oh, Artie girl, I love you, girl. She goes, I got you. Okay. Yarny Cat goes, mineral paints, exclamation point. Okay, everyone's saying yes, please, mineral painting. Okay, so next week, you guys, that's what we'll be doing. Next week, I will plan on mineral painting one of these yarn bowls. Well, no, I won't do that because the yarn bowl I'm going to do raku, okay? So I'm gonna do the raku on those, which I will be filming it. I'm not gonna do it on a live because I'm gonna be having like a fire pit and a whole bunch of cool stuff. So I'll do that on camera, but I'll do a mug or something, because what I mineral paint is mugs and bowls, things that I'm going to eat with. So I'll do like a mug. I'll do a couple mugs next week, or a mug and a bowl, something like that. Okay. Okay, Yarny Cat said, yep, it's going to be a great time. Thank you. I can't wait till her pottery is fired. I'm waiting for that video. Thanks, C Rose. Yarny Cat said she's looking forward to when it's fired. Rose said, love it, Angie. Thank you. Amethyst said, hippie, me too. I love bohemian style. Girl, I'm a hippie all the way. I can't help it. Okay, Yarny Cat says, I love it when the archaeologists find the ancient pots and find fingerprints from the maker on them. Isn't that cool? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's cool to not have everything so perfect. Like, it's cool to see that there was hand touched it, you know? Aw, Snowbird says, you and Artsy make a good team. Aw, that's nice. Artsy Girl says, gotta love it. Rose says, it's so nice, very nice. Jerry said, thank you, girls. Yarny Cat said, I was wondering how to keep it from snagging. Yeah, that smoothing that I did was the most important part at the end. Make sure I smooth that rim really good and smooth that inside so that when that yarn comes out, you know, we don't get snags. It's the same thing when you make a mug, like this mug here. It's not, I didn't make this mug, but making sure this is nice and smooth, right? Inside, outside, inside, on top, and outside, so that, you know, people's mouths don't feel uncomfortable or, you know, you don't cut somebody's lip. So it's a really important part at the end to do that. Okay. Oh, Artsy, Yarny Cat says she has, what is that? Wait, I just lost it. Yarny Cat says that I have a Squish Mellow Kentucky Derby horses. I do the same. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, just reading to see if there's anything else. Yarny Cat said, you're really good at this, Angie. It makes me want to go to the store to get the clay. Girl, you should. And go to, let me write this down. Go to Andy Ward channel and watch him, okay? Because he's the expert. And then you can see if you're interested in maybe joining his club, that $25 a month. You can cancel whenever you want, but it's totally worth it. You're getting like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of lessons. It's like crazy. That's his name, Andy Ward. I don't know why I have this cameo here. Andy Ward. I always am promoting his channel. I mean, he don't even know I do it probably, but I always promote him because what he's teaching you, there's hardly anybody else on YouTube teaching it like he does. He has like a complete little university on how to hand build clay the ancient way. And that's what he calls it, the ancient way. Oh, okay, here Artsy Girl says, I started as a moderator 8 years ago on art channels. Oh, girl, that's why you're so good at it. Girl, I mean, she just like, I asked her, and I automatically asked her, I said, Artsy Girl, because she's such a supporter of my channel. I said, for years now, and I've said, do you want to be a moderator? I didn't know if she knew what she was doing or not. Artsy Girl, you're awesome. Okay, we got to everyone's, I believe, everyone's comments. Okay, we got to everyone's comments. Now we're going to do the giveaway. Let me grab a few things. Oh, I want to grab the honeycomb pot holder. Remember I told you I got that for you guys at Hobby Lobby. Let me grab that real quick. Okay, so there's the pot holder. This is what I'm talking about. This is cool because, see, it has that honeycomb. See how it's a honeycomb pattern? And this is great to as a texture plate in your jelly plate. I have one of these I bought at the beginning of the spring season, and it puts a really cool texture in your jelly plate for your jelly prints. So there's that. Let me get the rest of the stuff. Okay, and then, like always, I've been showing these for a few weeks. You get 2 of them. These are base plates for Legos, but they're great as texture plates. See? To press into your jelly plate. You get 2 because you can use 1 hole, right? And then, let me put my camera down better. There we go. You can use 1 hole, and then you can cut one up where you can cut into a square. You can cut into a longer rectangle. Then you can cut it just really thin. You can cut it in half. So you can make a ton of different size texture plates out of that. So that's another one. To go along with this, because that's not enough. To go along with this, you will also get, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get crazy, guys. We're going to get crazy. Here's some more. We're going to put all 3 of these together. Look at that. These are those bubble snap pops. A circle one. These make a really cool impression in your jelly plate. Okay, so that'll be another set. So it'll be these 3 as a giveaway. This here. What else? Oh, my printables. We'll just go over them really quickly. These are my jelly prints, and then I also further embellish them. I've done a lot of videos on jelly printing and embellishing, and the ones that I really like, let me come closer. The ones that I really like, I put as printables in my Etsy shop. There's a link to my Etsy shop in the description, or there will be in about 30 minutes. Or you can go to any of my videos, and there's always a link to the Etsy shop. These were done, I think these are some of my favorite jelly prints I've done. I did it on black paper, black cardstock, and I used a lot of metallics to get these effects. So if you're new to my channel, I don't make prints or jelly prints that look perfect. I like everything to look like an old wall, an old door, like it came out of the ground. That's my style. And this I love. Look at that. Isn't that look so cool? I love this. This right here is a Aztec stencil that I have. So if you want to do something like this, I've done this on my channel. When I use the Aztec stencil into the jelly plate. You can get these eBay, and they're called Aztec calendars. Okay, so that's also something you can win, which is the my printables. So that's another prize. And let me see if there's anything else today. I haven't shown this for a while. Let me bring this back up. Adult coloring book. This is a really cool adult coloring book. Has some fabulous, look at this. I'm surprised this one's still left. It has some, look at that. Isn't that cool? Just want to show you real quick some of the cool, I love that. Isn't that cool? I want to color that so bad. Look at the lion. Okay, so anyway, that's a cool coloring book. We'll have that as a giveaway. Also, we'll do this one as a giveaway. Desert Blooms. I haven't shown this for a while. This has some beautiful cactuses in it. This is something else I want. There's so many things that I love doing. You guys, I have the most awesome coloring book collection, mostly because of Dollar Tree. A few years ago, they had these really, like these ones. See how nice and thick this is? They had these, this is Dollar Tree. Can you believe that? Look how nice and thick that is. Because of Dollar Tree, I have a really awesome collection. Between Dollar Tree and Hobby Lobby clearances, I have a really awesome collection of coloring book, adult coloring books. I probably have like 100 of them. I'm crazy. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I want to do that. I want to do some adult coloring on my live here, but I haven't gotten to it yet. And then we'll do one more thing. We'll do this is my artwork on a journal. So I make these journals. I make them out of composition notebooks, and I do the artwork, and then I apply the artwork, get it printed out, and apply them to the composition notebooks and make a journal. Okay? Or you can choose that. Okay, so that's what we'll do today. All right. So the rules for the giveaway are one number only. If you choose the same number as somebody else and they got the number first, go ahead and just choose another number. Once it closes, when I say close, I'll give it a few more seconds because there is a lag in chat. Oh, and this is the most important thing. What I'm going to do is with this pad of paper, I'm going to write the number down, right? Whoever guesses my number or comes closest to my number, rounding up, like in money, round up. The person who's closest to my number will get it. If they don't guess the number, whoever's the closest will win. And that's probably it. Okay. Don't go yet. I'll tell you guys when to go. Let me choose a number. Wait, how many people do we have? 18. Okay, so you're going to choose number 1 through 18. Don't do it yet. Let me choose a number. All right, and we'll do this twice. I got my number. Is anyone have anything to say to me real quick? Hey, Carolyn, how are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, Carolyn. She says, I love adult coloring. So many mediums you can use. Yeah, I use so much stuff. I do a watercolor base a lot of times as a base, and then I color it in with colored pencils. Or I use a pastel and then shade with colored pencils. Thanks, artsy girl. Okay. Yeah, don't put a number in yet. Don't put a number in yet. Okay, so, K. Marie, you'll have to put another number in, okay? You guys, go. 1 through 18. And K. Mary, put another number in. 1 through 18, go. It's okay. Awesome, K. Mary. It's no problem. Things happen. Hey, K. Mary, I need to tell you, choose another number because Carolyn got 14. So choose a different one. K. Marie's like, geez, thought this was simple. I'm just looking to see if anybody has chosen the same number twice. So just kind of pay attention if you do happen to do it. Hey, DOY Creations. How are you doing, girl? I'm so glad you made it and dropped in. Yay! You guys, DOY Creation, she also has a YouTube channel and some beautiful content. She's a beautiful, beautiful crocheter. Go give her some crafty love and join her channel. She does lives also, and they're really fun. And she's really super talented. I love her work. Her work is fabulous. Doing good, DOY. Okay, so we'll just give it another minute. Let everyone get their numbers in. Hey, DOY Creations. I go live on Fridays. I don't know if you've been there yet. I go live Fridays, every Friday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, and it's Angie's Yarn Party. So we talk all about knitting and crocheting. And I do a yarn giveaway every Friday in that. So yeah, I hope you can join us. Okay. Hey, Native Educator, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, cool, DOY. I'm glad you'll be there this Friday. Yay! Okay. No problem, Native Educator. I'm glad you made it a little bit through it. That's no problem. You're here all the time, girl. Don't even worry about it. I think you might really enjoy it because I made a, I'll show you what I made while people are still putting it in. I did some pottery today. I try to every 4 or 5 weeks do something different just so I don't bore you guys too much. So I made this yarn bowl by hand. So I did some pottery today with the coil and scrape method. So, and it's called making pottery the ancient way, making it like the natives made it. I learned it from this guy named Andy Ward. And I've also learned from some native people on YouTube. I've watched their channels too, and I've learned some good techniques. So, yeah. Yeah, definitely check out the replay. Oh, thank you, Native Educator. She said, oh, wow, could easily pass for something native. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. I'm going to also paint like the natives did it with mineral paints, mineral and clay paints. And I'm going to do that next Sunday. So I'm going to do that to probably a mug and a bowl. The yarn bowl, I'm not going to paint with the mineral paints because I'm going to do like a raku type of firing on those. But okay, did everyone put their number in now? I think so. I'm going to give it a few more seconds. And then, okay, so I'm going to call the number right now. Okay? Okay, here we go. That's what I wrote down, 14. All right, so who got 14 or who got the closest? I haven't even been paying attention. I've just been talking. Usually I'm kind of paying attention. And usually I'm paying attention, but I was just talking. Carolyn, you little lucky duck. Carolyn, you should play the lottery. She got that number right on the top of it. 14. You are so lucky, Carolyn. All right, so Carolyn, let me write your name down. What price do you want? Carolyn Cornelius. And Carolyn, I know I have your address, so you don't even have to you don't have to message me. I got your address. I got you, girl. I got you. Okay, so Carolyn, what do you want? And then we're going to do one more giveaway. So you guys don't go away yet. We're going to do one more. One more. And anybody who won last week, I just got your stuff out yesterday. What is today? I think I got your stuff out Friday. Thursday or Friday. Something like that. So I usually get your stuff out later in the week. Thursday or Friday is when I usually go. So the things for the gel plate. Okay. I would have got these too. Look at the girl. This is for you. This is a honeycomb like thing that you oven mitt. It's fabulous. And then these for the jelly plate, girl. Those are just awesome. These all leave such cool impressions in the jelly plate. Okay. And you guys, I don't like to give out things that I don't like. If I love it, that's the kind of prizes I give you guys. I've heard some people be like, oh, I don't like this. I'll put it in a giveaway. No, I don't do that. I give you guys the things that I love. The things I'm obsessing over are that I pick one up for me and I pick one up for you. Okay. We got that. All right, so let's do one more. How many people do we got? Oh, we got 21 people now. Okay, so it's 1 through 21. Let me choose a number first. Okay, I chose a number. Go. Everyone put their number in. Yay, Carolyn. Oh, and then Carolyn, you know, and then this is the other rule. If you win the first time, you can't play the second time. But Carolyn already knows that. But Carolyn, I'm happy that you love all your winnings. Yay. What happened to Wayne? Did he just pop in for a quick second? He must have. Because I never even saw him in here. I just kept seeing people say, hi, Wayne. Hi, Wayne. Okay, so we will just give it a few more minutes. Okay. All right, we'll give it another minute or two. Well, I guess not a minute or two, a few more seconds, because I think pretty much everybody. Okay, anybody have the same number? Okay, if you have the same number, anybody, it's fine because I found the winner, so we're good. Yeah, because only one person guessed my exact number, so we're good. Natalie said, no, I asked if you've seen this channel, LOL, when we started talking about him. Oh, I thought he was here. Oh my God. I thought he was here. That's why everybody was talking about him. So I was looking for him in the chat. Okay. But hey, I'm glad we started promoting Wayne's channel, so that's cool. Okay, so here's the number, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and call the number. Number 5. So I just saw, who was it? Yarny Cat. Congratulations, Yarny Cat. Yarny Cat, I know I have your address, but just contact, below will be a link to my Etsy shop. Go to my Etsy shop and leave your address one more time, though. I know I have it because I think you've won one of my giveaways in Angie's yarn party, but I just want to confirm. So just a second, my pen just went dead. And Yarny Cat, which item do you want? The journal. Oh, okay. The journal. Very good. It's yours. Okay, now I'll show you something. I already wrote in this one because this is my own personal one. Okay. I just don't have an empty one, but I create these myself. I have all the prints and all the journals, and I make it up myself. So yours won't have any writing in it. It'll be fresh. But the journal's yours. Okay, you guys. That is it. Let me just see if I okay, I'm just going to see if anyone has anything else to say. Okay, you guys, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. I hope I inspired you guys. For some of you guys who are interested in some pottery or just some entertainment. I'm glad to entertain. So that's it, you guys. Love you guys all. Artsy Girl, my moderator, you are the bomb. And like I said this week, expect some extra goodies because you are the bomb. We all love you. And I love all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for spending 2.5 hours with me. And I will see you guys. Oh, we're almost here for 3 hours today. Dang. I'm going to be tired. Anyway, really quick, let me just announce a couple announcements and then we'll go. Every Friday, I have Angie's Yarn Party, 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. And that's all about knitting and crocheting, spinning, anything that has to do with yarn. That's that. Every Saturday here, 2 o'clock Pacific time, Angie's Art Party. If you want to join our magical little place, it's our Facebook group. Come join that. And then I have a podcast I do on Thursdays that's not live, but I talk about all my yarn makes and yarn buying and my craziness. And I think that's it. All right. That is it. And if you guys haven't given a thumbs up, please do. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And that is it. And I better go because my battery's getting low. All right, you guys. Be safe. Love you all. See you guys next week. Bye.